delivering quality education, expanding access to learning, serving learners' learning needs, tackling challenges of the present time, supporting every learner's dream, reaching young Tagalogans where they are today. From the music capital of the Philippines, advancing in the challenge of distance learning. Bringing you quality education straight to your home. Plug yourself in. This is DepEd TV. Tara na!
Good day, everyone! You are watching Salida La Filipina TV, the official program for TV-based instruction of La Filipina National High School. I am Teacher May, your teacher broadcaster for today. We are now in Module 2 of Quarter 3 in Mathematics 9, which is all about parallelogram. Your task today is to find the measures of angle, sides, and other quantities involving parallelogram. Before we begin our lesson for today, I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen for you to jot down some important details from our discussion today. I will give you 10 seconds to do that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, are you ready? Can you identify what figures are this? Correct! The shapes are rectangle, square, rhombus, parallelogram, trapezoid, and a kite. Among the figures, can you classify the family of the parallelogram? Yes, exactly. These are the rectangle, square, and rhombus. How do you know that they are family? Excellent! It is because rectangle, square, and rhombus have equal and parallel opposite sides. This means that parallelogram is a quadrilateral with two pairs of opposite sides that are parallel. Now, let us go through with the properties of parallelogram. Let us assess the given parallelogram A, B, C, D. What property of parallelogram does it conveys? Correct! It conveys that in a parallelogram, any two opposite sides are congruent or equal. Side AB and side DC are opposite sides and equal. Also, side AD and side BC are opposite sides and equal. How about this figure? What property of parallelogram does it show? Precisely. Second property says that any two opposite angles are congruent or equal. Angle A and angle C are two opposite angles and equal. Also, angle B, and angle D are two opposite angles and equal. Let us check the third illustration. What property of parallelogram does it hold? Correct! The third property states that in a parallelogram, any two consecutive angles are supplementary. Remember, two angles are said to be supplementary when the sum of two angles is 180 degrees. For example, the supplementary angle of 120 degrees is 60 degrees. Why? Correct! It is because 120 degrees plus 60 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. If the sum of the two angles is 180 degrees, then the two angles are said to be supplementary. Let us observe the fourth illustration. What property of parallelogram does it shows? You are right. The diagonal of a parallelogram bisects each other. Take note that a diagonal is a line segment joining two non-consecutive vertices of a polygon. In this illustration, line segment AC and line segment BD are diagonals. And bisects means to divide into two equal parts. In this illustration, diagonal AC bisects diagonal BD at point E. This means that line segment AE is equal to line segment CE, and also line segment DE is equal to line segment BE. And lastly, let us examine the illustration. What property of parallelogram does it carries? You get it! A diagonal of a parallelogram divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. In the given illustration, we have line segment AC as our diagonal. Can you name the two congruent triangles? Very good! Triangle ACB and triangle CAD are congruent. How about this one? We have diagonal BD. Can you name the two congruent triangles? You are right. Triangle BCD and triangle BAD are congruent triangles. Now, let us summarize the properties of a parallelogram. Property number 1. In a parallelogram, any two opposite sides are congruent or equal. Property number 2. In a parallelogram, any two opposite angles are congruent or equal. Property number 3. In a parallelogram, any two consecutive angles are supplementary. Property number 4. The diagonal of a parallelogram bisects each other. Property number 5. A diagonal of a parallelogram divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. Now, are you ready to use those properties to find the measures of angles, sides, and other quantities involving parallelogram? Let us look at this illustration. We have here parallelogram MAHC with diagonal MH and CA intersect at point Y. If line segment MA equals 8 cm, find line segment TH. Let us solve. Can you find line segment MA in the illustration? Correct! It is the side of the parallelogram. How about line segment TH? Okay, it is a side of the parallelogram which is opposite to line segment MA. According to property number 1, In a parallelogram, any two opposite sides are congruent or equal. Line segment MA and line segment TH are two opposite sides of the parallelogram, and line segment MA is 8 cm. Therefore, line segment TH is also 8 cm. Let us try to solve this problem. If angle M equals 100 degrees, find angle H. Now, can you locate angle M in the given parallelogram? Okay, here it is. How about angle H? Very good, here it is. Are the two angles consecutive or opposite to each other? Yes, you're right. They are opposite angles of the parallelogram. What property of parallelogram are we going to use? Yes, you're right. Property number 2. It states that in the parallelogram, any two opposite angles are congruent or equal. Since angle M and angle H are opposite angles and equal, therefore, angle H is also 100 degrees. How about this one? What is angle C if angle M is equal to 70 degrees? Now, can you locate angle M in the given parallelogram? Okay, here it is. How about angle T? Very good. Here it is. Are the two angles consecutive or opposite to each other? You are right. They are consecutive angles of the parallelogram. When two angles of the parallelogram are consecutive, what property of the parallelogram are we going to use? Yes, you're right. Property number 3 asserts that in a parallelogram, any two consecutive angles are supplementary. Since angle M and angle T are consecutive angles and also supplementary, therefore, angle M plus angle T is equal to 180 degrees. Substitute the given value of angle M. We have 70 degrees plus angle T is equal to 180 degrees. Subtract both sides by 70 degrees. We get angle T is equal to 180 degrees minus 70 degrees. Therefore, angle T is equal to 110 degrees. Let's try this one. If TY is equal to 5 centimeters, find TA. We can say that line segment TY is congruent to line segment YA because these two line segments are the two equal parts of diagonal CA. Since diagonal CA is bisected by diagonal MH according to property number 4. If the measures of the line segment CY is 5 centimeters, then the measure of YA is also 5 centimeters, since they are equal parts. Take note that diagonal CA is equal to line segment CY, which is 5 centimeters, plus line segment YA, which is also 5 centimeters. Therefore, diagonal CA is equal to 10 centimeters. Let us try harder. Let us apply the simple concept of algebra. Using the same illustration, and let us answer the following problems. If line segment MT is 2x centimeters and line segment EH is quantity x plus 5 centimeters, what is the measure of each side? According to property number 1 of a parallelogram, line segment MT is congruent to line segment EH. Substitute the value. We have 2x equals x plus 5. To solve the value of x, subtract both sides of the equation by x. We have 2x minus x equals x plus 5 minus x. Then, x is equal to 5. By substituting the value of x equals to 5, we have line segment MT equals 2 times 5 equals 10. And line segment EH equals 5 plus 5 equals 10. Therefore, line segment MT and line segment EH has a measure of 10 centimeters. Let us try another problem. If the measure of the angle HTM is quantity 4x minus 45 degrees and the measure of the angle MEH is quantity 2x minus 5 degrees, find the measure of the angle MEH. According to property number 2 of a parallelogram, angle HTM is congruent to angle MEH. Then, substitute the value. We have 4x minus 45 equals 2x minus 5. Combining like terms, we have 4x minus 2x equals 45 minus 5. Subtract, we get 2x equals 40. Divide both sides by 2, we get x equals 20. Substitute the value of x that is equal to 20 to angle MEH equals 2x minus 5. We have angle MEH equals 2 times 20 minus 5. 2 times 20 equals 40 minus 5. 40 minus 5 equals 35. Therefore, the measure of the angle MEH is 35 degrees. We can also use this value to find the other angles. Using property number 2, if angle MEH is 35 degrees, then angle HTM is 35 degrees. If angle MEH is 35 degrees, then its consecutive angle EHT has a measure of 145 degrees. Why? Property number 3 says that any two consecutive angles are supplementary. So, angle MEH plus angle EHT is equal to 180 degrees. Substitute the value of angle MEH. We have 35 degrees plus angle EHT equals 180 degrees. Subtract both sides by 35 degrees, we get angle EHT equals 180 degrees minus 35 degrees. Therefore, angle EHT is equal to 145 degrees. Now, let us check if you have understood the lesson. Answer the given questions based on the illustration for 120 seconds. If you hear the sound, it means time is up. Are you ready? We have here parallelogram JAMS. Number 1. If line segment JA is equal to quantity 3x minus 5 centimeters and line segment SM is equal to x plus 7 centimeters, then how long is line segment JA? Number 2, if angle SGA measures quantity 2x plus 25 degrees, while angle SMA measures quantity 3x minus 15 degrees, then what is the measure of angle SMA? Your time starts now. Alright, time is up. Let's check your answers together. The answers are, number 1 is 13 centimeters. Don't forget to write the unit of measurements, which is centimeter. Number 2 is 105 degrees. How many answers did you get? If you got 2 out of 2, congratulations! And that ends our 5th episode in Salida La Filipina TV. Once again, I am teacher Anna May Engay, saying if math is hard and so is life, then get over it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Huwag panghinaan, Salida La Filipina ay bigyan daan. Ito ay magbibigay ng kaalaman. TV naman ngayon ang inyong paaralan. Mahirap man ang inyong sitwasyon, tayo ay magtulungan para sa edukasyon. Bawat isa ay mayroong misyon, matutong mabuti, maging inspirasyon.
Salida La Filipina, ang iyong pag-aaral.